Hello dear students. So in the previous class I have discussed about the graphical method of linear programming problem. So today I am just going to discuss about the simplex method and the application of the linear programming problem. Okay. So the very practical application of the linear programming problem is the traveling salesman problem. As you have come across about the traveling salesman problem, suppose there is a delivery boy. Okay, he has to supply three kinds of packets to different delivery, and he has to return. He has to start from point A, and uh, he has several destination 1 2 3 4, right? So after delivering from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to so on, so he has to deliver the items at various delivery stations, and after delivery he has to return back to A. So what should be the shortest part that the salesman should choose to deliver the material? Okay, so this will be the application of linear programming problem. Okay, once we have uh, firstly we have to formulate the problem. After that we have to use few methods to solve the linear programming problem. Okay, so moving ahead, so what are the various applications of linear programming problem? Let me define this. So the first application is the transportation problem. It is the biggest application of this transportation problem. Whether you are going to supply from various factories to the various warehouse, so that you can minimize the total cost of the transportation. Okay, so this will be covered in the next part when we will be discussing about the transportation problem and the assignment problems. Okay, this will be helpful there. And once we have to formulate the problem in which the objective function will be transportation cost subjected to the two constraints, which will be supply and demand constraints, and we have to use a method which is known as Modi method or UV method to solve this transportation problem. We will consider this later on. Okay, and the second application is product mix problem in chemical industry. Okay, so what is product mix problem? Product mix problem is that suppose we have to make an alloy. Okay, so to make the alloy A, we have to mix two material, let's say C1 C2. So what should be the optimal mixture of C1 and C2 so as to minimize the cost? Okay, so this is product mix problem. You can formulate it, and this is also similar as I have given you in the assignment in the think pair shade system, where I have asked to formulate the problem for mustard and wheat crops, right? So this is similar. Now we have assignment problems in the assignment problem in the workshop. So assignment problem in the workshop where we have various machines, and we have various workers. So we have to assign various workers to various machine, or we can say there are various jobs which has to be processed on various machines. So what is the optimal sequence so as to minimize the time for processing? So we can formulate it as an assignment problem, and using few standard methods like Hungarian method we can solve this problem. Okay, and traveling salesman problem I have already discussed. So these are various standard application of linear programming problem. Now you can see we have Flipkart, okay, Amazon, which is delivering various IT sectors, means they are going to deliver various items. So this is they are using the linear programming model, the application of linear programming model, because let's suppose there is a delivery boy from the Amazon and he is delivering various parcels to various delivery points. So finally he is having the complete route, that just follow this route, because he cannot like if we are just giving him the address and we are asking him just go and deliver the product, no, this will be very ineffective. So we have to do this optimally. Just try to formulate the problem, then find the solution, then give him the path, so that you can optimize your delivery. Okay, so moving ahead. So this is a assignment problem. Let's say a factory. I'm taking an example which you need to solve. You have to formulate this problem and you have to solve using graphical method. A factory manufactures two products A and B. Okay. To manufacture 1 unit of product A, 1.5 machine hours. And 2.5 labor hours. To manufacture product B, 2.5 machine hours and 1.5 labor hours are required. In a month, okay, 300 machine hours, here it is given, in a month 300 machine hours and 240 hours are available. Labor hour, 240 labor hours are available. Okay, so profit per unit for A is rupees 50 and for B is rupees 40. So formulate it as a linear programming problem. Okay, so here it has already been discussed that given that profit per unit for A means profit is given. So what will be our objective? Objective function will be profit. And what we will do for the profit? We will try to maximize the profit. Okay, so he is asking that how many unit of product A and how many unit of product B should be produced in a month, so as to maximize the total profit. So product A and B, the quantity, the units for product A and product B are the variables. So these are the variables. How many units of product A and product B should be produced? These are the variables. And we are having the constraint on the machine hours, because we have limited 300 hours in a month and we are having limited to 40 hours for labor. So these are two constraints. Okay, so objective function is given, which is profit. Okay, and variables are given, product A and product B. So we have also identified the variables and we have also clearly identified the machine hours. Means two constraint, one is related to the machine hours and the second one is related to the labor hour. Okay, now what we need to do is that it's as simple as possible. Now what can you do is that so let x1 unit of product A and x2 unit of product B should be produced per month. So what will be total profit? It is already given the profit. What is that? Profit per unit for A is 50 and for B is 40. So what will be total profit? So total profit will be profit maximize profit equals to 50x1 plus 40x2, right? So this is the objective function which need to be maximized. And what are the constraints? To make 1 unit of product A we need 1.5 hours of machine and 2.5 hours on labor. ठीक है, right? So on machine, so we are producing x1 unit. So what will be the machine hours required? 1.5 of x1 for product A, 1.5 x1 plus for product B we are producing x2 unit in a month. So total hours will be 2.5 x2, and this should not exceed less than equals to 300. In the similar manner, 2.5 x1 plus 1.5 x2 less than equals to 240. So this is the problem. Now you can use the graphical method to solve this problem. Okay, is it clear? Now these are your assignment questions which you need to solve. So what the question 1 is, for linear inequality, solution set for large group of inequality is classified as concave set, convex set, loss set, profit set. So we already know that it should be a convex set. Okay. So question number 2 is, in objective function, positive coefficient value shows decrease in value of x, increase in value in objective function. Positive coefficient value shows decrease in value of x, increase in value of x, increase in the value of z, change, decrease in the value of z. Obviously it is in the objective function. Suppose 5x1, let's suppose it is 5x1. So positive value means increase in value of z. Okay. In linear programming problem term which state value of objective function improvement is classified as state function, improvement function, better program, best function. So these are 3 questions which I have given you in assignment. Okay, just try to submit it. Now moving to the simplex method. So what is simplex method and how does it work? So simplex method is an analytical method which need to be discussed. So what we do in simplex method, first a problem is given as it is given in this. Maximize 3x1 plus 2x2, subject it to minus x1 plus 2x2 less than equals to 4, 3x1 plus 2x2 less than equals to 4, x1 minus x2 less than equals to 3, x1 and x2 are greater than equals to 0. So what we need to do for this, just solve this using graphical method first of all, which is very simple. This is the solution using graphical method. Okay, you can find the solution very easily, but our aim is to define the simplex method. Okay, I will discuss it here as well. So simplex, so basically simplex method is a step by step method which is moving from a initial basic feasible solution to the optimality. Like I have discussed in the graphical method that after satisfying the all constraints we have the corner points. So basically what does this simplex method does, in simplex method we move from one corner point to the another corner point, and in each step the value of the solution improves. Okay, and after a finite number of stage we reach the optimal solution. So suppose there are n number of variable and m number of constraint. So the number of steps will be m plus n cm, or we can say m plus n cn. These are the number of steps in which we can find the solution for a simplex method. So basically what we does in simplex method, it is clear. So first of all, just try to convert this problem into the standard form. So what you need to do, just remove the inequality. So in the constraint 1 we have to remove the inequality, so it will be minus x1 plus 2x2. So what we need to do, we need to add slack variable I have discussed, plus s1 equals to 4. In the similar manner, 3x1 plus 2x2 plus s2 equals to 14, and x1 minus x2 plus s3 equals to 3, where x1, x2, s1, s2 all are positive. So, and what will be the new objective function? Similar, maximize z equals to 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 0s1 plus 0s2 plus 0s3. So once we have converted this problem into this form, now you need to find the initial basic feasible solution. So what is initial basic feasible solution? Initial basic feasible solution are those solutions which are positive and which satisfy all the constraints. Okay, so what we do to get the initial basic feasible solution, we put the value of x1, x2 equals to 0. So after putting x1 and x2 equals to 0, we will be having s1 equals to 4, s2 equals to 14, and s3 equals to 3. So this is initial basic feasible solution. Okay, these are also known as basic solution, and the remaining x1 and x2 are known as non-basic solution. So now we make a table and we just try to improve upon this. So let me move ahead in the next slide. So this is the table. So in this we have assumed in place of s1, s2, s3 we have taken x3, x4 and x5. Okay, so what we need to do is that so write all the variables here: x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. x4, x5 are slack variable which we have. x3, x4, x5 are the slack variable which we have assumed there. Okay, and these are the basic variable which are x3, x4 and x5, and their coefficient in the objective function is 0, 0, 0, right? Now you can write all the constraint. So first constraint was minus x1, so we have written minus 1, 2x2, 2 here, and s1 1, then the coefficient of x4 and x5 are 0, so 0, 0. In the similar manner, 3, 2, 0, 1, 0. Similarly for the third constraint, 1, minus 1, 0, 0, 0. Right. So what we need to do is that just calculate, multiply this by this, this by this. So we have to find out minus 1 into 0, 3 into 0 plus 1 into 0, 0, and subtract x from C. So 3 minus 0, 3, 2 minus 0, 2, 0, 0, 0. Now this is a maximization problem, so all the values should be negative. So we will select the most positive value. So we have selected this as a key column, means the variable x1 will be the entering variable. X1 will be entering variable. Now what we need to do is now just move a non-basic variable into the basic variable. So now we have identified that. See here, you can see it's means there is a most penalty in this x1, because if it is a profit, then if we are producing 1 unit of product x1, we are making profit 3 times. So it is required to select first this. Now we have to choose which basic variable has to leave. So for this, just divide it and find the ratio. So 1 by 4, 3 by 14 and 1 by 3. So I think this one is less, so this will be the entering variable. Let me move ahead. So here it is shown. So here x1 has entered in place of x5, because we have selected this 3. So what we have done here, x3 is same, x4 is same. In place of x5, x1 has replaced, and similarly the coefficient will be changed. It will become 3, because in the objective function the coefficient is 3. Now what we do in this, just divide. Just divide. Here you can see 1 is the key element, is the intersection point of key. This is known as key column, and this is known as key row. So intersection point is 1, so divide this row by 1. So when we divide by 1, it will be same, 1 minus 1 0 1 1, as you can see, right? Now what you need to do is that you have to do the iteration. For this we have to make 0 0 here after doing the matrix operation. So after doing the matrix operation, we get the new table here. Okay, now again check the optimality. How to check the optimality? 0 into 0, 0 into 0, 1 is to 3, 3. So 3 minus 3 is 0. Then 1 into 0, 5 into 0, minus 3. Okay, so 2 minus 3, minus plus 3, it becomes 5. Again 0, 0 minus 0, 0, 0, 0 minus 0, 0, and this is minus 3. So again we have to select this, because this is the maximum value. After selecting this, find the ratio theta, divided it 7, 5 by 5 1, this is negative. So this is second one. So now x2 will enter and x4 will leave. So in the next table you can see now x4 has gone, we have x2 x3, right? Again just do the same, find the value. Now just check it, 0 0 0 0, right? And all values are negative, so we have reached the optimal solution. What is the optimal solution? Because all values are either 0 or negative. The value of x3 is 6, the value of x2 is 1, and x1 is 6. The solution is x1 equals to 4, x2 equals to 1, and that's the solution, and the value of the objective function is 14. So this is the solution for this problem. Okay, so this was for today. I will discuss later on about this. Okay, so thank you so much.